Welcome back to Stardew Valley. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. Today is Saturday in game. It is the day after the 12th of the season. And we've got a busy episode ahead for y'all. As in this episode, it's raining. So the good news is we don't have to water crops. However, it's Alex's birthday, so we're going to try and track him down and give him a gift. We'll grab an extra daffodil and hopefully bump into Haley at some point. We can give that to her. And then also, it is still the season where there's a bunch of beach forageables. So when you get an announcement like that on the news, there's one in each I think there's one in spring, summer, and fall. I don't believe there's one in winter. But anyway, you get a news flash living off the land that says in the spring it's salmonberry season, in the summer it is beach forageable season, and then in the fall it's blackberry season. But each of those seasons within a season lasts for 3 days. So we will want to swing down to the beach and get that stuff. Now, also, we've got melons, and we don't have our blueberries yet, so I think they will come in tomorrow, and that should give us everything we need for the summer crops bundle, because there's, what is there? There's peppers, blueberries, hang on, y'all. Summer crops bundle, tomato, pepper, blueberry, and melon. So we should have all of those as early as tomorrow because of the blueberries coming in. So that'll allow us to complete another bundle in the community center. But other things on the agenda for today, since we're going to the beach to go foraging and it's raining, it's a great opportunity for us to try and catch the red snapper, which is one of the remaining summer fish that we still don't have. And you saw I grabbed a bream there because we still have not donated one to the community center. So we can try and donate both of those items. And then I think we'll occupy the rest of our day just foraging and chopping some wood up here in the Forbidden Forest. I always call it the Forbidden Forest, but I think it is technically referred to in-game as the Hidden Forest. So, anyway, that's what we have on the radar for today. Now, tomorrow is going to be busier than today because of many things. So one, it'll be Sunday, so we got to go to the traveling cart. It's a new week, so we might swing by real quick and give Haley a gift. But we will also have to pick up our watering can tomorrow and then come back to water our crops. It's still going to be beach foraging season, so we will want to do that. Our blueberries are coming in, so we'll want to harvest those and swing by Pierre's and sell a bunch, and we will get a lot of money for those blueberries, y'all. It's going to be amazing. And then another thing that we will hopefully have some time for is a copper run. We need to get up to the mines and collect a bunch of copper because we still need to build 18... Why do I have down 18 tappers? That's not right. I was thinking of sprinklers, which we'll need 18 more of, but we don't need copper for that. We do still need a bunch of tappers, though. So let's call it... Well, let's just call it 18 tappers, just because I've already done the math. No, let's not do that. Anyway, I need 100 copper ore for silos, because I want to build 4 silos eventually. I need 25 for a hoe upgrade, so that's 125. And then each tapper requires 2 bars, which is 10 ore. So we probably need a good 15 more tappers, honestly. So that's probably another 150. So we need about 275 ore. There's no way we're getting it all tomorrow with all that other stuff going on. But if we have some extra time in the day, we might swing up to the mines and see if we can collect somewhere in the neighborhood of like 100. And cut into that number. So anyway, swinging by here to see old Haley, who's just getting out of bed on a rainy day, but we already gave her 2 gifts, so we can't give her any more this week. So that kind of stinks, but not a big deal. Oh yeah. I was totally talking through this, and I was looking at my notes or whatever. We completed the quest there to get, or part of the quest, to find Mayor Lewis's shorts. I gave Marnie that gift because we were right there on the verge of 2 hearts. And so gave her the gift and got her to 2 hearts. And then I could get into her bedroom where Mayor Lewis's lucky purple shorts had been laying on the floor for like a season, which is weird. Alright, Marnie, how often do you clean your room? And you didn't notice your secret boyfriend's underwear laying on the floor and happened to return it to him. But anyway, we've got his purple shorts, and so we will swing by his house and give him his underwear discreetly as he requested so that it completes that task. And he's like, "Oh, you found them where? No idea how they got there. This stays between you and me. Got it?" And it's like, lips are sealed there, Lewis. But remember this come tax season, big guy. You are the mayor, so you can maybe cut me a break. Or maybe if I look to go into business and need a business license, maybe you can get me a sweet deal on that. But anyway, that's done. So another thing on the list of things to do today that we accomplished, so that's cool. And we're still on day 1. Now, this is another thing that's just kind of noteworthy, but not that it makes any kind of major difference. But the water changes colors down here at the ocean during the weird season for the beach. So that's one tip-off if you come down here. Obviously, the real tip-off is you're going to see a bunch of stuff laying all over the place. But another tip-off is the fact that... sorry. So I think in the audio right there, you will have heard, or at least I heard, I was getting a phone call on my computer. And so that's the sound that you were hearing there. Not a big deal. Anyway. You see the bubbles way down there, but I can't reach them. But we're just here to catch a red snapper. So if we can do it real quick, it would be nice. Because as busy as our day tomorrow is going to be, I want to make sure to get as much done today as I can. And I don't have a whole lot else, and this might be it right here, actually. Let's get this chest. And now let's catch this fish. Be the red snapper that we want you to be. Nope, it's a tuna. That's okay though. Tuna I feel like are pretty valuable in terms of dollar amount, but I'm gonna probably save that one because we sold one, or we gave one to I think it was Sebastian. Had a little help wanted thing where he wanted a tuna. So I need to save that. And what I'm doing here is kind of trying to organize my belongings into what I'm keeping, what I'm selling, what I'm donating to the museum or whatever. So just bear with me through this process. And we will resume fishing momentarily. So anyway, busy day tomorrow. I really want to catch this red snapper today because, it's, if I'm going to go out of my way to do it, you got to get it done. We already had a day where we went and tried and catch the Dorado and failed, so that kind of pissed me off. And there is our red snapper, and it's an iridium quality, y'all. But I don't care what quality it is, because we are donating that sucker to the community center. And there we got 750 bones for getting old Mayor Lewis his shorts. So there are a lot of kind of funny things that you can do with those shorts. So if you turn him into him, obviously he's happy, and that's kind of the end of it. However, you can actually put them on and run around town and embarrass him, and that's hilarious. And then I think I said in the last episode, you can throw them into the potluck at the luau, and that's hilarious. Now I'm running up here because one of the items in the community center in the, I think it's the die bundle, or it's one of the bundles for the bulletin board, calls specifically for a pomegranate. And it's one of the things, like, it's one of the bundles where you have to have all of them to complete the bundle. So we need to make sure that we get a pomegranate, and I don't want to take the chance that I don't get one in my bat cave. So I'm thinking about buying a pomegranate tree to plant. It's not a huge deal. It's only $6,000, and tomorrow starts the point in the game where we continue to have a whole bunch of money because of blueberry season coming to fruition. So starting tomorrow, the game gets a little bit easier. Sorry, I'm getting a text message. And the text message, so this morning, I'm sitting in my house, and I'm working, because I'm working from home lately. And I am in my bonus room, and it sounds like there's a helicopter about to land in my front yard. And I'm on the phone with a customer, and they can hear it, because it was that loud, y'all. So anyway, one of my colleagues was also on the phone, and he just texted me to see if I survived the raid. And it wasn't a raid. I was not being attacked by a military chopper. It was actually a sheriff's chopper that it was the county sheriff flying around. They did probably 20 laps around my neighborhood. So they were definitely looking for somebody. I don't know the details, but that's what he was asking, if I survived the raid or if I had any details about what was going on. And I need to look it up later and see, like, on the sheriff's Facebook page if they have any comments about, like, be on the lookout for a escaped convict, possibly armed and dangerous, because my dumbass run outside to, like, take video of this helicopter because it's just cool or whatever, and my neighbor's out there too, and he's like, hide your kids, hide your wife, and I'm laughing, and then it gets me thinking, yeah, how stupid are we just standing out here with our cell phones looking up into the air when there could be a, prison break escape artist that's about to turn down our neighborhood being shot at by police, or possibly be armed and then see us standing out in the road and, like, take us hostage. So I ran inside. I didn't run inside. I calmly walked inside and locked every door to the house. But it was just kind of interesting that the chopper was flying around looking for somebody. There were sheriff's vans here stopping and questioning people, and obviously I was distracted in game right there because I was just running into the wall. I don't know what I was looking at. But anyway, so that went down earlier today. That was pretty awesome. So anyway, here's what we're doing. We were coming up to catch the wood skip, and what I was actually distracted by right there is I was trying to see if the wood skip could be caught regardless of weather, because sometimes it has to be sunny in order to catch certain fish or whatever. But the wood skip can be caught any time of day, during any season, during any weather, as long as you are here at the hidden forest. I think you can also catch them in your farm pond, but it's way more rare to catch them there. So I think up here at this pond, you can catch either carp, the wood skip, and maybe, well, the catfish here because it's raining. So I think those are the only 3 fish that you can catch in this neck of the woods. So, but the wood skip is the most rare. So usually if you come up here on like a sunny day and the catfish isn't an option, you'll end up leaving here with like 15 stinking carp that are darn near worthless. You can't spell crap without carp. So anyway, it's only 5:20. We did pretty good today in terms of efficiency, and you know, honestly, this might be it right here. It's either the catfish. No, that's the catfish, I think. Man, that thing's jumping around. But anyway, we did pretty good today, but tomorrow is just going to be a mess, y'all. With all the blueberries that we got to harvest, traveling cart, got to go get the watering can, got to water the crops eventually, and we want to try and get to the beach to do foraging and to the mines to do a copper run. So, needless to say, I'm going to have my act together in order to accomplish all of those tasks. And you know, honestly, the traveling cart's kind of driving me crazy, because the only reason I'm going there for the most part is to look for the red cabbage. Now, if there are a couple other things that I would probably buy if they were there, and most of the things that are on that list are items that I just can't get yet because I don't have access to them, or they're still maybe out of season, but I would buy them if they were going to complete a bundle. So in any case, just keep that in mind. But once we get the stupid red cabbage, I won't care as much about the traveling cart, because I think I can do the rest of the stuff in the community center without buying stuff from the traveling cart. Alright, this might be the wood skip. Pretty sure. Well, maybe not. It's jumping around now, more like a catfish. But I guess I should point out that, yeah, another catfish. Once we get all the cash that we're going to get from our blueberries tomorrow, it's going to be time where I got to start deciding what things I want to buy. And 2 that are on the short list for right now include, I'll probably upgrade my hoe. Not that it's a huge deal, but it's not super expensive, and for that reason, it's not a huge deal. And I don't really have anything else that I need to upgrade at Clint's just yet, so I might do that. There's an outside chance I might just upgrade my... Well, I don't necessarily want to upgrade my watering can. The next time I upgrade my watering can will probably be in winter when I don't need it. But the other purchase that I have on the short list is the stable. So that will get us our horse, which is nice. I mean, there are several things that I need to buy from Robbins. That one I'll probably do first, and then I'm starting to think about coop and barn and those animals, and then maybe a house upgrade. I would like to get the house upgrade done prior to winter, with the reason being you need a rainy day in order to have the dude down there at the beach that you can buy the marriage pendant from, and it doesn't rain in winter. So you either get married or propose before winter, or you either have to buy the pendant before winter or wait until spring. So I would prefer to have it bought prior to winter. And then we'll probably, even if I buy it like in the middle of fall, I might wait until winter or towards the end of the fall to propose, so that I get married in the beginning of winter, if that makes sense. Winter, there's just less going on, so I don't care if I have a day, you know, interrupted by a wedding. And I can't remember how much time out of the day the wedding actually even chews up, but regardless, we'll get married in winter if we can. But bottom line, we got lots of money coming our way tomorrow, and we are going to use it pretty quickly, honestly. By the time our next batch of blueberries is around, we'll probably need that money again. So, and honestly, about a week from now is when I need to start calculating how much money I want to have saved up for fall, because we're going to want to buy a bunch of cranberries, plus some of the other crops. We'll buy a fair amount of pumpkins, I would imagine, but cranberries are the big cash crop for the fall, because they're much like strawberries, or strawberries and blueberries, but more profitable. So, yeah, we leveled up a couple of times there, so that's good. That wraps up day. You see what day it is. I don't like to say that number for those of you who don't know, because it's bad luck. And there you see our watering can is ready. So, again, our strategy with watering can upgrades is to do it the day before it's going to rain, so that you don't miss any days of watering that way. And if you don't know why that is, I'm not going to explain it again, so look it up. There's our field of blueberries. Is it not beautiful? And Pam wants a pale ale, as you can see here. So kegs are something that I probably won't start putting together until we get our shed, and that actually needs to go on my list of things to purchase. Dang it. And I don't know if I want to wait until after I do all those other upgrades to get a shed, because it's just cash. I think the shed is like 15,000 bucks, and you don't have to supply any wood or anything. So that might be one that I push up the list, because then I can slowly start my keg empire as well. And my keg empire is going to be freaking awesome, y'all. It takes a while, but once you have it, it is glorious. So the only thing that kind of stinks about sprinklers is, well, nothing stinks about sprinklers. I take back what I was about to say. So you see we got those 3 battery packs from our lightning rods. Now, we'll keep all of them for now. I think they sell for like $1,000 though. They sell for a pretty decent chunk of change. So I mean, you could, if you really wanted to get like super weird late game, you could build like a gazillion lightning rods. Although, actually no, you couldn't. The way lightning rods work is every time the lightning strikes during the day where it's storming, there's a chance that it will hit one of your lightning rods and then create a battery pack. But it's not like if I have 1,000 lightning rods out there, all 1,000 of them end up with a battery pack. You can get like 10 in a day, but I don't know how many more than that you could actually get. Anyway, you saw I keep 50 blueberries. I could have sold them all, but I don't need all the cash right this minute. And I want to start stashing some of those away for my keg empire, as well as a preserves empire. Although it'll be a much smaller preserves empire. But anyway, you can make blueberry wine. It's not super valuable, but it's obviously worth more than just the blueberry itself. Same goes for blueberry jam or jelly. And okay, so there's a sandfish, and since we caught the wood skip yesterday, that will complete that bundle at the community center for the specialty fish or whatever. And I thought about not buying the rare seed, but then I was like, you know what? We're going to have all kinds of cash. I'll just buy it. I'll plant it in fall. Not a big deal. So we're already sitting at 72.41 on our in our bank account. I thought about stopping in at Marnie's there to say hello, but I don't need to befriend her anymore. So as busy as this day is going to be, sorry, Marnie, you're going to have to wait. Alright, so I can't get into Haley's house until 9 o'clock. So we do have a little bit of time to kill. Now I have the Nautilus fossil not to be confused with the Nautilus shell to donate to the museum, so we need to swing by there. But cutscene time. We're at 2 hearts, I guess, with Alex. So we swing down here to the beach, and here he is. Oh, it's Evan, right? Yes, it is. We've met like 20 times. Just enjoying this great weather, Evan. It's summer, and he's wearing pants and a jacket. Like, you're wearing your Letterman jacket, and he says, go long, and I back up to like 10 feet away, and then he throws a fastball at me. Not really a fastball, but anyway, he throws one, I can't catch it, and he's like, eh. And he's going to be a professional grid ball player, because I don't know if football is trademarked, but we couldn't say football for whatever reason. Nonetheless, he thinks he's going pro. I want to tell him that he's arrogant, because he is. But I'm like, oh no, yeah, I think you're totally going to go pro. Like, I'm surprised they haven't already, you know, tried to draft you. But anyway, that's that. Now we can get our foraging done here. Then we will swing down to Willie's and sell all of this foraging so that we don't have to carry it around. And then what's next on our to-do list today? Oh, we got to go back to Haley's. We got to go to Clint's and get our watering can. And we need to swing by the museum and Pierre's to sell all of our blueberries. Oh my gosh, this is going to be such a busy day. But we got off to a pretty early start because we didn't have to water in the morning. But we will have to do it tonight. I have to swing by the community center. We're going to keep that rainbow shell because you need one for a quest later. So it's good to have extras. You don't need one for the community center, but I feel like there's somebody out there that's one of their favorites too. So anyway, we'll go to Haley's first, give her flower, and then move on with our day. In fact, we'll probably go to Pierre's after that, then down to Clint's and the museum, and then hit the mine carts to get up to the mines for our copper run. So we're gonna get all this done. Anyway, what else do we have? I mean, that's the agenda for the day. So while I'm running about here, actually, I will avoid any jump in the commentary section until after we make this trip to Pierre's. So George is like, they just don't make sweaters like they used to. It's cold. I'm like, George, it's the middle of summer. What the? I mean, really? Then you come in here and you talk to Pierre, and he's like, ugh, so hot in here. So George is in heaven now. Well, whatever. Anyway, look at this, dude. We are now sitting at nearly $31,000. So that's a pretty good payday for one round of blueberries, and they will continue to generate. I think every 3 or 4 days we'll get another harvest, so it's going to be a good summer, and that gives us enough cash where we can buy that pomegranate sapling, and we'll plant that, and that will get us the one pomegranate that we will need. It won't be ready for a month at least, but that's one thing off the to-do list. Alright, so community center, and then Clint's, and the museum, and then the mines, right? Is that the plan? Why did I come up to the community center first? Did I already go to Clint's? No, I didn't go to Clint's yet, because I still don't have my copper watering can. So we gotta go to Clint's, y'all. I don't know why I went to the community center first, unless I was thinking I won't really pass by it again because of the mine carts. So maybe that's what was going through my head. Anyway, so now you kind of know what we're up to here. And I'm going to take this opportunity to give you this episode's fun fact of the day. So today's fun fact is that the French language Scrabble World Champion does not speak French. So there's a dude from New Zealand named Nigel Richards, which if ever there was a name of a world Scrabble champion, Nigel is right in the wheelhouse of what I would have expected. But anyway, dude's from New Zealand, and he memorized the entire French Scrabble dictionary, which I guess Scrabble has an official dictionary, so that you can be like, dude, that ain't a word, and then you look it up. So anyway, there are 386,000 words in the French Scrabble dictionary, and he memorized the entire thing in 9 weeks. So that's how he, eventually earned his way to the French language Scrabble World Championship. And this guy has also won the English World Scrabble Championship 3 times and the US National Championship 5 times. Oh, and wait for it, the United Kingdom Open Scrabble Tournament 6 times. So this guy is a Scrabble fiend. Like, apparently he played Scrabble when he was... He didn't play Scrabble until he was 28 years old. And then he has spent the last 20 years apparently doing nothing but playing Scrabble. But there is your fun fact of the day. See, I've got an oak resin that's ready down there, and I know I've got several trees that I need to tap, but I just don't have the resources for it yet. So that's part of the reason why we want to do this copper run. And I was saying that I was going to go to the mines after Clint's, but I forgot that I still need to water the crops, and I wanted to make sure that I got that done. So anyway, we come back, we'll do that, and then we'll know how much time we have left to do some mining. So this can water the 3 spots in front of you, and if you're facing up or down, you can stand in one spot, and like you can see me doing here, you can actually get 3 rows of 3 or 3 columns of 3 in front of you. That doesn't work if you're facing left or right. At least it doesn't work nearly as well. So, and I don't think it works at all, if I remember right. So face north and south, and you can get 3 spots in 3 columns in the direction that you're facing. So there you have it. And the other nice thing is that the can holds way more water than the old one. Now, the base quantity, I think, is like 60, but I'm not sure if your farming level has an impact on how much water is actually used each time you you use the watering can. I think it has more. I think your efficiency impacts your energy usage, not so much like the consumption of the actual water. Now, I'm an idiot right here. It's not a big deal, but as you can see, I plopped down the sapling there. Now, I didn't cut the grass next to it, which you need to have an open space on every side of your fruit trees. In fact, I think, yeah. Anyway, I need to trim back some weeds because that tree will not grow if I don't cut the grass back. So I need to remember to do that in the next episode. And speaking of which, so we're about to start our copper run. And you'll see my strategy of kind of trying to bounce around from different levels to try and find levels that have a bunch of copper that's visible so that, I can just go harvest it and then run to a ladder or back to the elevator or whatever and then go to a different level. So anyway, you'll kind of watch and see how, what the thinking is. Now, it doesn't work out very well at first because I just am not getting lucky with the amount of copper ore on each level. Sometimes when you get into a rut like that, what you can do is like find one ladder, and a lot of times, like the next level down, there will be a bunch of ore. Not a bunch, but at least some. And, you know, you might just kind of kickstart the process by just finding one ladder. But, you know, this was supposed to be a good luck day, so I was thinking that we were going to, like, hit the jackpot, and we don't necessarily, but we do okay eventually. Now, while I'm doing this, it's, you know, you can obviously watch along, but I do want to kind of talk about our plans for our next episode. So, there's, on day 1, so we got a Monday and a Tuesday. There's nothing on the calendar on either of those 2 days. So that's good, because now we can pretty much do whatever we want with them. For day 1, I'm thinking upgrade our hoe. Because that'll occupy Clint for the next few days. And then buy a stable. So that will occupy Robin for a few days. And as you can see here, I'm running floor to floor, and I'm getting 0 copper, y'all. Like, this game is broken or something. Finally. But anyway, those 2 purchases / upgrades are on the potential to-do list for tomorrow. There was another copper ore there that I should have gone and gotten, but it's not a big deal. So those 2 upgrades, and then we'll probably come back to the mines and do more copper hunting, because we're going to need a bunch more. Probably a good, like, 150 more after this day is up. So unfortunately, we're going to need to do this for another day or 2. It's not a big deal, though. It makes the time go by pretty quick because the clock is always moving. Day 2, there's really nothing that we have to do. So I'm thinking maybe try and catch the Dorado in the morning, and then spend some time in the afternoon back at the mines if there's, you know, a lot of free time left. So anyway, that's kind of my projected to-do list for the time being. That can change. You know, I might do a little bit of soul searching to figure out what upgrades I really want to do first, because the stable, while it's nice, you know, I kind of have a choice between stable and shed. Well, stable, shed, coop, and barn. Now, realistically, the shed is the one thing on that list that I don't need for a while. But it's, again, a nice to have. Same with the stable. Now, the barn and coop, the reason I'm kind of debating whether I should do those first is because that'll get me started down the road of completing the animal bundle, which I think is in the room that leads to the greenhouse. But nonetheless, it's, you know, progress towards the community center, where the shed and stable don't really do that. They just kind of increase my efficiency. So we'll see. But what are we up to on the ore there? See, I'm watching it when I'm doing the editing. It's on a super small screen. I could make it full screen, but I don't like to. And it's really hard to see. But whatever. This was about the point in the run where I was just like, screw this, I'm just gonna, like, smash rocks or whatever, because I just don't care. This was a bust of a run. I thought I would come out of this run with, like, 125 copper ore, and as you can see, I didn't get anywhere near that. So, that was kind of disappointing. But, I will say, it is awesome having Obsidian's Edge, dude. This sword is, it just makes me so happy. Compared to that other piece of garbage, the other pieces of garbage that we've had so far in this run, it is amazing. Like, it makes mining so much more of an enjoyable experience for me when I can swing and hit a green slime and it just dies the first time. And those flying bugs that come at you on this level and on the copper levels, one swing, done. Instead of, like, hitting them 9 times and they bounce back every time and they swirl around you, it's just one hit, one and done, y'all. And that is incredible. So much energy do I have left? Did I decide not to eat a salmon berry here? And yeah, I mean, I could have gotten those couple extra ore there, but it's getting late, so we call it a day. But we got up into the 80s with our ore run, so that's not bad. Made a pretty late push there to really bump that up. Now I'm going to leave some up here, take some back with me so that I can be smelting in both places, the farm and the mines. But this was a busy episode, y'all. We got lots done, and we've got 25K still in the bank, so we got some stuff to buy, but we finally have money to buy that stuff. So that's good. And then I decided to take the long way home instead of the mine carts to the bus stop. Came this way so that I could put the bait back into the crab pots. And we won't use those crab pots as much until we get the stable, because a lot of times we're going to take the mine carts up to the mines, and then when we do that, we don't pass. Oh, I missed a spice berry right there, y'all, because I was looking at my energy bar to see if I had any left. Moron. Whatever. So, like I said, until we get the stable, it's not going to be as common for us to take advantage of those crab pots up there, but it's not a big deal. They're not a huge source of income. It's just one of those things that you do because it's there, which is a ton of stuff in this game. Seriously. You can get caught up in all the little details. And you see there I was pointing out, I've got, plenty of wood and hardwood to do both of the first two house upgrades. And the last house upgrade is just $100,000. But you don't need any wood or hardwood. But anyway, we're still a good ways away from that. But that should pretty much do it for this episode, y'all. We're kind of just getting organized for tomorrow. We'll have some additional copper ores on our person so that when we wake up, we can continue smelting bars. And that will leave us, so I have one in my inventory. I've got 2 smelting, and then I can smelt 4 more tomorrow, but at least 2 more before I even finish watering crops, and that will give us the 5 we need for our hoe upgrade. But y'all, that is going to do it for this episode. So drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below, and we will see you all next time.